Okay, happy Monday, Inspire Beauty. I am really excited for tonight's call and tomorrow. If you don't have tomorrow marked down, everyone is welcome to attend tomorrow night as well. But Kristen and Amanda got to attend virtually the New Leader Conference 2 weekends back, and knowing that they were going to have so much knowledge just being poured on them throughout the weekend from some of the top coaches in the network, top mentors in corporate, guest speakers that they brought in. I knew that they would come back with their wheels just turning. And of course, with best practices that they absolutely should be pouring onto us. So tonight is Kristen. She's going to be talking through navigating objections and obstacles and conversations. It's a really great piggyback on last week's team call with inviting. It's going to go hand in hand with that. And then tomorrow, Amanda, same time, different place. It'll be my other Zoom link, but I'll drop that in the event page. But tomorrow, Amanda's going to be talking about onboarding your coaches. Okay, which is so important because we know that even if we're enrolling what we would call a discount coach or somebody who's just coaching themselves on their own journey right now, we still want to make sure that we're giving people tools so that they can be successful. So that's tomorrow night. So make sure that you've got tomorrow night set aside as well. Oh, and Leia has book club on Tuesday nights right before, the hour before. So if you missed Saturday doesn't work for you and you are reading Badass Habits, you can get on Tuesdays, and that counts for team challenge points. Speaking of, I've got some team challenge point totals to announce if anybody likes a little friendly competition here. One weekend, I'm missing some teams. So if you are a team captain and you haven't got me your team totals yet, make sure you drop them my way. But we've got Team Fearless with 782 points. We've got the Growth and Goal Getters just sneaking ahead of them with 784 points. And then we've got the Queen Bees with 1,040 points, y'all. And I told the Queen Bees this morning, what do you want your new total to be this week? Like, that's what we were capable of in week 1. What do you think you're really capable of doing? Right? Stretch yourself. So if last week you're like, wow, I did my workout every day and I drank my shake every day and I checked into the body group every day, but you know what? I didn't do any personal development, or I didn't get on any power hours, or I didn't really, check anything in my back office, then this is the week that you stretch yourself a little bit and you start trying to find ways to sneak in those points. Remember, all of this stuff on page 1 and 2 especially is in your control, 100% in your control. So control what you can, maximize your points. And if you haven't got me point totals yet, team cup captains, send them my way so that I can keep a running log of our teams throughout the month. So that's all I have tonight from me. I'm passing the microphone over. Kristen, girlfriend, take it away.
All right, ladies, happy Monday. I'm going to, yet again, try and attempt to share my screen, so give me 1 second. Just need that to move away. Here we go. Okay. All right, you guys. So I'm so excited to be sharing some of the snippets that Amanda and I learned with you guys from NLC 2 weekends ago. You guys, it was like overwhelming, and I think we're both still trying to process a lot of what we learned and go back and listen to some of the things. But something that really stuck with us was something that Carl shared with us, and that actually has been shared with us on the last national wake-up call, and a little bit even today that I'm going to touch on. And I was like, how fitting is this, that it's all kind of like lumping together so well and pairing off of what Brittany talked to you guys about last week with inviting, because that is all so important in this part of our business. So we are going to navigate some obstacles, and it's not all just about navigating the obstacles, you guys, but I want to give you a different way to look at these obstacles. I want to share with you maybe a different perspective, how to look at them differently that might relate to you more in your day-to-day job or your day-to-day life and seem simpler to you than an obstacle and pulling out the tracker. So let's take a peek, and I broke it down into really 3 different things here. And so we're going to talk about identifying those obstacles, but when I thought about this, you guys, there's 2 pieces to the obstacles. I feel like we have our own obstacle in our own business, right? And then there's the obstacles that we may encounter ourselves, yes, in our journey, but we're also going to prepare for those obstacles that our future customers come to us with and how we can help them navigate those. So first of all, I want us to look at the obstacle that we have. And you guys, that's our Success Club tracker. That is one big obstacle, I think, that we all look at, and we know that we need to get the things checked off and we need to get them done, but sometimes it can just seem so overwhelming. It can seem daunting to have to check all the boxes, right? Until you get good at your practice, until you get good at your craft. But this Success Club tracker, when I was thinking about it, I went back to last week's National Wake Up Call, and something that Sammy Hoffheims, who's a top 10 coach, shared with us, you guys, that her background is a dental hygienist. And when she goes into work every day, she works off of a list that tells her what to expect, what to prepare, and what to do for the day. And that's how she gets through her day with her patients. And I could easily relate because I'm a nurse. In an outpatient setting, I do the same thing. I see a patient that's coming in for their yearly colonoscopy, and I know how I have to get them ready, or I know what I need to do in the procedure room, or I know how to recover them so that they get home safely that day. So that all tells me what to expect, how to prepare for them, and what I need to do for them. And you guys, our Success Club tracker is the same thing. I know we've said it millions of times, like look at it as your to-do list, but maybe there's a different way that you need to look at it. So I talked about nursing. I know that we've got nurses here, but what about you teachers? Is this your lesson plan? Like you plan out your week, you plan out what you're teaching math on what day and what time and what lesson you're doing. And you know each day what you need to get through and what you need to prepare maybe the day before. And you need to know what to expect, right? Those questions that those kids might have for you so that you can pre-plan that already and have an answer ready for them. So there's different ways that we can look at these things that maybe it won't seem so overwhelming to us. And then it might be just that we invite that tracker into our life a little bit more and we're ready to start checking off those boxes. So that's where I really saw the one thing that we have that we can control. And again, like Britt said, take control over what you can control. How do you want to earn your points this week for our team challenge and for Team Cup? When you look at that Success Club tracker, you guys, that top part is everything that you can control. That is everything that helps you on your journey. It's doing your journaling or your gratitude or your PD of some sort. It's your workouts, drinking the shake to be proof of the product. It's checking in with your bod groups, your challengers, and spreading the love on them. That's your to-do list for you that day. And when I look at the rest of it, it's really preparing. How are you preparing your post? How are you preparing what you're going to share on social media? How are you going to share about your life, but still say, stay maybe a little bit private about some things, obviously, but still share with them so that they know that you have kids or that you have a dog or whatever that may be. How are you going to share that with them? And then when you get into that meat of inviting, what are you going to expect when you get that no or you get that yes? You need to prepare what to expect from them so that you can help them continue in the process of either identifying that obstacle of theirs that's holding them back with a no, or they're saying yes, and you're still sharing those things of, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. We have all these great things that I know you're going to love, and they're going to help you see success and help you on your journey, right? So no matter what, it's preparing for and expecting what that no might bring and what that yes might bring. And that's all in our Success Club tracker. So let's hone in a little bit, you guys, on the inviting. So this is really what got Amanda and I, and we kind of giggled a little bit during the conference because it was our last speaker on the last day, and it was Carl. And he was so excited. He's like, I'm going to share with you guys something that I've never shared with anyone before. I'm going to teach you how to invite. And we were like, what? Like, Carl, you're going to teach us how to invite? Okay. But you guys, he really gave a different perspective, again, a different perspective on doing the invite when you get the no and how you keep going. And so a little bit to share the understanding of this with his background. So he knew that he wanted to build an income and he wanted to get in shape. That was his what. That was his what driving factor. Why did he want that? Why did he want to build an income and why did he want to get in shape? Because he wanted to feel better. But there was something holding him back from reaching that what and that why and having success. And that thing that was holding him back was consistency. That was his obstacle. So he talked to us about understanding that person's what, their why, and what their obstacle is. So 3 parts to the invite equation. Once we get to that no, we've talked a lot about that, you guys, right? The more no's we get to, the sooner we're going to get to a yes, right? Every 10 no's, pretty much you're going to have 1 yes, right? So the more invites we send out, the more we're going to get no's, but we're also going to get closer to that yes. So he flipped it a little bit on us, you guys. He said, really, the conversation should start when they say no thanks. That's when you guys need to dive in more. You need to ask them more questions. You need to share with them more information to change their mind. Don't ask them, don't think that you're selling them something. Really dive into what they want and why they want it. And sometimes, I mean, that can seem like a little blunt and a little upfront, but if you know that person maybe personally, or you've had that connection growing and you feel like you can, be just a little bit blunt on maybe them holding back, you can definitely just be like, well, what did you like about my post? Like if they commented on a post or maybe a story, well, what did you like about it? Then why'd you comment? What inspired you or motivated you about what I shared enough to comment or reach out to me or give me some sort of, like, yay, like, way to go on your journey. There's some reason that people are commenting or sharing something in your joys with you too. So asking them what they want and why they want it is definitely key. Like that's going to get you faster to their obstacle, right? That's where they're going to hold back on you guys. And that's where that no comes in. And that's where the conversation starts. So let's take it to the next step and let's look into that struggle and their obstacle. And again, like I said, I'm loving this different perspective thing, you guys, and we're going to go back to when we were in grade school. Do you guys remember the brainstorm webs that we would have to do? The circle with all the lines and all the other things coming through it so that you could, like, I don't know, write your paragraph on a certain topic or whatever, right? I want you to think of that in the same way as looking at their pain, their struggles, their obstacles. Put that main thing right smack dab in the center. And then what I want you guys to do is in the web around it, put all the ways that you have a solution for them. We have solutions for all of their no's, you guys, and you probably can't even think of it right now. You're like, do I really though? But we do. If they come in and say that it's money, I mean, we can give them the solution that we are helping them save money by bundling it all together, right? But individually, they could get bod, they could get energized, they could get the things individually if it was money, right? But maybe it's, I want to lose weight. What do we have that can help them lose weight? We have workouts, we have nutrition programs, we have the accountability groups, we have Shakeology, we have the portion control containers. We have so many things when you actually break it down, you guys, that no matter what that struggle is, you filling out that web around it is going to do a couple of things for you. It's going to increase your confidence, for one, in knowing what tools we have to share with them and that they can get so that they have success themselves. But that's also going to just help you realize what you all have in your toolbox. There's so many things that if you guys have questions, like go in and just act like you're going to shop around for a little bit, right? And see all the things that we have that we could offer them for success. So help gain your own confidence by doing the struggle web. And that might also bring up other things that you didn't even think of, to help them in their quest. Or maybe it's something that helped you personally that you can share with them and then relate to them on that level. Or maybe it's not necessarily something that helped you, but it was a teammate. Like, I'm not a mom, but I know that moms love Shakeology and they love Energize. So I can speak to that fact, right? Another way that I like to look at this, again, another perspective, is in nursing, we have protocols. If you were to come into the ER with chest pain, we do X, Y, and Z. If you come in and you're in the hospital, say with a stroke, you're going to have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, all the way down to Z filled out on you. What if you're a teacher? Is that maybe your curriculum? You have a math curriculum that you have to follow, right? So maybe this person comes in and they say, I'm struggling with weight loss. What's that curriculum that you're going to walk them through? What are those solutions that you are going to offer them, right? Think of it in a way that makes sense to you guys. What do you do in your day-to-day job that makes so much sense that you can turn that into your business? You can relate it to your business. You can do the same for your business. So all in all, you guys, we're helping them overcome those obstacles and identifying them because they see them as stumbling blocks, when really, you guys, if we flip it, it's a stepping stone in our conversation. Use that tool as a stepping stone. Use that brainstorming web, that struggle web, to help you think of all the solutions that you can possibly offer them to join you. And no, it may not be a challenge pack. It might not end up being that way. But if you help them with something, one thing, that's better than nothing, right? Another question that you can ask them if they're just not budging on that no. And I did this last month with a girl who was just on the edge of her seat, but she was holding back for some reason. And I had her tell me her why and whatever. And I basically said, is that why enough for you to not give up this time? So are the results that they are looking for enough for them to say yes and to move past the no thanks? What are those results worth to them? That will also tell you if they have enough skin in the game. That's also going to be another identifier for you guys. You know, so many times we don't want to hear the no's and we want them to say yes, but at the same time, we don't want to feel like we are dragging anyone along or pressuring someone into saying yes, right? But if you dive into these obstacles, these stumbling blocks that they are having, and you help them over that, you're going to be able to see, are they really willing to make the change though? Because you don't want to be wasting your time going back to the same person with the same question and inviting. Sometimes you just need to let that alone too. And that's okay. But don't get scared of stopping at no thanks. Be happy that you got there, check it off that list, get closer to that 100, but then keep going. Keep going past it and see what you can really identify and how you can really help them. So the last little bit of this, you guys, none of this, you will never get to what their obstacles are without sending the invite, without doing your tracker. You have to do those things. You also have to show up. You have to be present. And this last little bit, I know this was really kind of short and sweet. It was just really, I wanted to share with you guys different perspectives to move you past the obstacle of your tracker, of that fear of inviting. And the next piece that I want to share with you is from Keyshawn Graves. She is our director of